The federal government's in disarray as it scrambles to formulate a new asylum seeker policy. Yesterday's High Court ruling has undermined offshore processing, the policy approach used by Australian governments, both Labor and Liberal, over the last decade. Refugee advocates are urging the government to scrap mandatory detention altogether. But the opposition says only its policy can solve the government's dilemma. From Canberra, Melissa Clark reports.
The government is confused.
We're taking legal advice because we need to understand fully the ramifications of the decision.
And angry.
It won't be members of the High Court that take the phone call that Chris Bowen had to take after a boat crashed into the rocks at Christmas Island.
The Malaysia solution is out, and other variations of the Pacific solution are looking untenable.
There is serious doubt now about whether Manus Island and Nauru are able to be used.
Within this particular region, probably only New Zealand clearly would meet all of the criteria that the court has identified.
Refugee advocates say the government must now start meeting its obligations.
This is the High Court holding the government to account to adhere to the standards which Australia has voluntarily agreed to when it signed the convention decades ago.
The government is under attack on all fronts.
This is a government that does not know how to govern the country.
This is an opportunity now for the government to break with the mistakes of the past.
But while the Greens envisage an end to offshore detention altogether, the Coalition is confident the High Court ruling poses no problem for its solution.
We have a proven formula that stops boats, and the government's now got to swallow its pride and undertake that.
Adopting coalition policies like the Nauru solution or temporary protection visas would be a political backflip on par with the broken carbon tax promise and anger some Labor backbenchers. But to soften the approach to boat arrivals could be just as politically damaging in crucial marginal seats. The government has no easy way out of this policy predicament. Melissa Clark, ABC News, Canberra.
The Malaysian government says it'll continue to work closely with Australia to tackle people smuggling. In a statement, Kuala Lumpur maintains that an agreement between the two countries is still the best way to tackle the problem.